Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election and its aftermath. Leaked video, alleged leaked video of conversation between Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi and Bishop Oyedepo is what we're going to talk about now. In response to what Lai Mohammed said about it in London in his latest round of trip. The last time when he was in Washington, D.C., he said that Peter Obi has committed treason. He has moved to London. And he said that federal government wants clarification from Peter Obi and Oyedepo about the leaked video. That is what we're going to talk about. And before we go detail into it, we have to look at what Lai Mohammed said in London and what he was looking for from Peter Obi in particular and Bishop Oyedepo. Because through Lai Mohammed, who is a representative of the federal government in London, the federal government has challenged the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, to clarify his position on a leaked audio of the conversation he allegedly had with the founder of Living Faith Church worldwide, Bishop Oyedepo. The federal government stated that if it was doctored, which part of it was affected? Okay? Say if the leaked video was doctored, which part of it was affected? Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, who stated this while addressing the media in London, said Obi should clarify what he meant by saying the leaked conversation was a fake doctored audio call. I need to draw the attention of Nigerians to the recently leaked audio of conversation between the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Peter Obi, and the cleric. The leaked video rattled Nigerians because we heard Obi pleading with the cleric to interfere on his behalf to convince Christians that this is a religious war and they should support him. Lai Mohammed said. The minister said that in the aftermath of the leaked audio, Obi came out to say that it was a fake doctored audio call. The minister said if it is fake, it means it never took place. But if it was doctored, it means there was that conversation, but it was manipulated. He said that Obi needs to come out and make the clarification on whether the conversation did not take place or it took place, but it was doctored. If it was doctored, which part of it was doctored? Is it the beginning, the middle, or the end? Or is it the yes daddy part of it, or where he said it was a religious war? Mohammed said the leaked audio had corroborated the position that Obi's electionary campaign was based on religion and ethnicity. from the outcome of the presidential election, you will see that Obi got his vote mostly from areas where he comes from and his religious leaning. This is not good for the politics of Nigeria, and it is very dangerous. As a result of this kind of campaign, Nigeria is more divided than ever, and people are being heard commenting either based on their religion or ethnic origin. Many otherwise respected commentators are not left behind on the effects of this divisive politics. Without wasting time, let me address the last part of it. He said that Peter Obi ran a divisive religious politics. No, it's not Peter Obi. Peter Obi was the only presidential candidate among the top ranking presidential candidates in the 2023 election that said, do not vote for me because I'm Igbo. Do not vote for me because I'm from Southeast. Do not vote for me because I'm a Christian. Vote for me because I have the competence. Vote for me, excuse me, because I have the capacity. He was the only one. Those who brought division in Nigeria is the APC since 2015 when they took over. Lai Mohammed should know better than that. The division in the country was not caused in the last few months that Peter Obi campaigned for president. It was the APC that have divided the country like no other. When all the service chiefs were of the same religion, all the service chiefs, all the service chiefs in the country, there was so much lamentation by Nigerians. Why is it that all the service chiefs are from the same religion? They are all Muslims. All the paramilitary heads, from custom to NSDC to immigration to what have you, they are all Muslims. That's on the security part of the equation. When you look at into the permanent secretaries in strategic ministry and all the rest, you discover that majority of them are Muslims. Then to add to that, the presidential candidate of APC, Oyedepo Tinubu, ran on a Muslim ticket in total disregard to the federal character principle of the country, to the principle of fairness, justice, and equity. They are the one that divided this country along ethnicity and religion. It was the presidential candidates of APC that said, it is Yoruba turn, it is my turn. And yet Lai Mohammed has the temerity to talk about that Peter Obi ran ethnic and religious-based campaign. No. It was Tinubu that ran on, it is my turn, it is Yoruba turn. And of course, some people take a cue from that. That was why you can see that in Lagos, you can see what they did to stop people from coming out to vote. If they are not going to vote for Alhaji Lai Mohammed, he was the one that brought religion and ethnicity into this campaign, because already the groundwork of such divisive tendency was laid by the APC right from 2015. So they are the ones that ran on ethnicity and religion. In 2022, in pre-Ramadan lecture of the Spring Council for Sharia in Nigeria, Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu called for a Muslim to succeed Buhari. And he talked there that Muslims should work hard to ensure that they produce a successor to Buhari. You can go and Google it and see. He said that Muslims should set up political department to ensure that a Muslim emerges the next president of the country. They are talking about Peter Obi because Peter Obi, let us assume without conceding, because already Peter Obi has said that that video is fake, that audio is fake. But let us assume without conceding that Peter Obi said something like that. Was he not saying in secret? But as what Bola Tinubu, they did their own in open. They ran on the Muslim ticket in the open. If not for those who hacked the so-called audio, did anybody hear about it? But Tinubu brazenly ran on a Muslim ticket without regard to the Christian population. Because ordinarily, under the way Nigeria is structured, since Tinubu is a Muslim from the south, he ought to have chosen a Muslim, a Christian from the north. But he claimed that why he chose Shetima, a fellow Muslim from the north, is because Shetima has the capacity to do the job. Really? And in the whole of northern Nigeria, with all the hot brains, intellectuals, leaders that Christians have produced in northern Nigeria, none of them could be able to be a vice president. But the governor of Plateau State, who is a Christian, was only good enough to be the director general of his campaign, Simon Lalong, but he doesn't have the capacity to be vice president. These are the divisions they created. And look at what he was telling them in London there, that it was because of that. Look at how the election went, that Peter Obi won in areas where Christians Christian enclave. Literally, that's what he was talking about there. So if you won where Christians are, are dominant, what is bad about it? Those Christians, have they not been voting for Muslim before? Those same Christians in Southeast, South, Middle Belt, were they not the ones that voted for Yaradua in 2007? What are we talking about? They voted for Yaradua 2007. Many of them voted for Atiku Abubakar in 2019. In any case, what do you expect the Christians to do when you deliberately told them by your action that they don't matter in the equation? Does the Christians need anybody to tell them not to vote for Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu and to vote for a Christian candidate that stands a good chance of winning the election, since APC has no respect for them? Do they need Peter Obi to tell them to vote for him before they know that they have to vote for him anyway? Besides religion, In what ways has Oyedepo Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar better than Peter Obi in the management of men and resources? Just in which way? If you own a company and you are looking for the chief executive of those companies, that company, and as Oyedepo Tinubu, Peter Obi, and Atiku Abubakar come for an interview, which of them will you employ? If you're a reasonable person who cares about your investment, which of them will you employ to run your business for you? And you go home and sleep that knowing that your money is safe. So when they begin to talk about divisive politics, religious politics, they are the one that played it. Has Lai Mohammed said anything about the ethnic profiling that APC did in Lagos, telling the Igbos not to come out to vote unless they are going to vote for APC? A lot of people were brutalized and killed in the process. But the only one, what is a threat to federal government is the a phone call that was done in secret, assuming that video was true. It was not fake. But those of them, as what Bola Tinubu, who publicly displayed it by running on a Muslim ticket, by their bias appointment of the same religion as service chiefs for years, for appointing people of the same faith to be total in charge of security in the country, as if the Christians don't have brains to be able to handle security. They are the ones that brought division. They are the roots of the divisive politics of 2023. They are the reason why religion played a big role in 2023 presidential election. Peter Obi don't have to do anything for Christians to know that they are fighting existential battle, because that is what it is. Because if it were a Christian ticket, Muslims would not take it, especially Muslims from the north. They will not accept it. I can tell you that for free. If, as I used to give as an example, if by the time Obasanjo was living in 2007, he appointed PDP nominated Peter Obi, a Christian from South, to be the flag bearer of PDP. And then Peter Obi comes to the north and pick Joshua Darie or any other person who is a northern Christian to be his running mate. And PDP being the ruling party, the possibility of winning very high. I can tell you for free that Muslims in the north will not take it lying low. At all. It would have been a different thing altogether. They won't take it. Now you can see how, because of religion and ethnicity, APC has literally divided Nigerians. And they are looking for who to blame for it, when they are the main culprits. And they want to blame it on Peter Obi. Peter Obi, the only person that have been campaigning publicly saying, do not vote for me because I'm a Christian. Do not vote for me because I'm a Muslim. Because I'm an Igbo or I'm from Southeast. But it was Aswad Bola Tinubu who said it. You can go and Google it. It is my turn. It is Yoruba turn. The Emilakan politics was introduced by Aswad Bola Tinubu. The religious politics was introduced by Aswad Bola Tinubu. Only in a country like Nigeria that somebody who ran on a Muslim ticket in a country that is almost 50-50 between Muslim and Christians will accuse a candidate that ran on a balanced ticket, Muslim Christian ticket, that he is the one dividing the country with religion. Only in a country like Nigeria that it will happen. And people will believe it. No other place will people be taken for granted like that. And it is because the Christians themselves have a lot of nonchalant attitude towards their own place, their position in Nigeria, and towards their religion. Because what the Christians have taken, Muslims will not take it. Muslims will not take Christian tickets. They will not. They will not. So you can see all kinds of things being thrown up just to create confusion. And why are they doing all these things? It's because Peter Obi went to court. They say Peter Obi should, anybody who is aggrieved should go to court. Peter Obi has gone to court. Peter Obi has gone to court. Is he the only one that went to court? No. Atiku Abubakar of the PDP and some other parties have also gone to court. But why are they fixated on Peter Obi? Why is Lai Mohammed traveling all over the Western world? And at every stop in his travel, it's all about Peter Obi. Peter Obi did this, Peter Obi did that. As if it was Peter Obi that INEC declared that he won the election. They accuse him of all sorts of things. Treason, what have you. Now, like Mohammed says, you should come and give him an explanation. You need further clarification. Further clarification. When it is this federal government that should be giving us clarification on what they did to the phone of Peter Obi, who are the people they sent to do this kind of yeoman's job? Because only government people in other parts of the world we have had could be able to be listening to phone calls of the opposition. It's not done. It's not a normal thing in a democracy. Because ordinarily, Lai Mohammed should be investigated. Government should be investigated to know who are the people that did this. Who did this? Who violated the privacy of Bishop David Oyedepo and a major opposition leader, Peter Obi, at least to convince the international community that we have democracy, that this is not a banana republic. That is the explanation that is needed now from federal government. It's not to ask the victim to prove whether he's a victim or not. The reason why they have the temerity to do this is because Peter Obi is a refined gentleman politician. If he had been another person that is a victim like this, assuming that the audio is correct, as I said, we are not considering that it is correct, assuming that it is true. Government should be getting through to find out who did it, and the victim himself will take up the matter. Of course, I know that Peter Obi has threatened to go to court, especially to take the People's Gazette who circulated it to court. Maybe when they get to the court, the People's Gazette will now say how they got the video, the audio, who gave it to them. That is the kind of thing that any government, any democratic government should be asking, and not making mountain out of a molehill. Excuse me. And not making mountain out of a molehill over an issue that should be an embarrassment to the federal government. Because it is self-indicting for federal government to be talking about that video, that audio conversation, without coming up with a solution. Because it was an invasion of privacy. It's illegal. You can't do that without authorization from a court. And you must prove before the court there is a need to do that. So Peter Obi, as far as I'm concerned, has no further explanation to give than to say that that video was manipulated. In terms of creating division in the election, that problem was done by the APC even before the election and during the election and after the election. They are the ones that have used religion to divide this country in terms of appointments, in terms of sharing of positions that matters in this country since 2015. And everyone have been saying it. And they capped it when their presidential candidates nominated Muslim tickets. And the party didn't see anything wrong with that. And their presidential candidate was also the one that emphasized on his ethnicity, that it is the Yoruba turn, it is his own turn. I can tell you for free that some of these people, if they were to hack their phones and Nigerians hear what they were saying over the phones, they'll be shocked. Yet they are the ones that are trying to demonize Peter Obi, that he ran a divisive politics. He ran on a divisive campaign, that he won only in Christian-dominated places. As for Tinubu, most of the places he won were also Muslim-dominated. There are many people that voted fast forward because of Muslim tickets. There were clerics, Islamic clerics, who said that this Muslim ticket is a jihad that must be supported, and they mobilized for it. It's in public domain. There is no record of where Tinubu told them not to do that. Why should he even tell them when he was supporting that a Muslim should succeed Buhari? You can go and Google it. So why should he support them? So these are the same people who use religion and ethnicity. Look at what they did in Lagos, telling the Igbos not to come out to vote, brutalizing them, burning their markets and all that. Did federal government say any reasonable thing? Did Lai Mohammed try to find out anything? All of them kept quiet because they believe that the propaganda machinery of the country is in their hands. They can easily turn white into black. And their gullible supporters will believe them. And they will hurriedly translate it into languages their gullible supporters will understand. Like they did, as Yunusa Tanko, the spokesperson of Labour Party, noted, that they have started translating the so-called leaked audio between Obi and Oyedepo into Hausa languages, Hausa language and other languages. Why don't they translate it to Latin and then translate it to Urdu and all the languages in the world? Because they want to score political points. These are people that claim they won election. You won an election and you are still campaigning after the election, looking for materials to destroy the character of the person you say came third. Only in Nigeria you get that kind of thing. And you are traveling all over the places, spending the scarce dollars that the country don't have, junketing from Washington to London to convince the international media that the election was free and fair. If the election is free and fair, you don't need to travel far to convince people. They will know. Those who are rushing to Gambia, they will know that the election was free and fair. They will get the information from their embassies. They will get it from international observers. They will get it from their correspondents on ground. Yet, when you go there, instead of even talking about the election proper, you are talking about Peter Obi, an individual. You want him to come and give you explanation. I don't think there's any explanation to give you. I don't think Peter Obi has any further explanation to give anywhere, except that the audio conversation was manipulated. It was fake. And that is what it is. If the federal government is not happy about his explanation, they can also conduct their own independent inquiry to find out how that audio conversation, how it came about. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you.